Then you can see as younger, and you can see when people are younger years, and then when they're 9 and 12 and 13 years old and run up and down the park or running up and down in the backyard, they fall down, oops, they say, I'm coming, and they get back up again.
That's right.
It seems to be easier to get back up again. But there comes a certain point in your life when you fall, you may not recover the way you thought you would recover. You need about 30 seconds, something longer than 30 seconds before you can just snap back up. You got to make sure everything is okay where it's supposed to be before you can get back up again. It becomes more difficult. As human beings, sometimes, and if you haven't got there yet, you will come to the place. You as a human being get to the place that when you fall down, sometimes you reach your hand up because you can't get up on your
That's right.
own.
Too. Amen.
And y'all say, well, Pastor, that ain't me. When I fall down, I can keep living. And you need assistance from somebody else. But I've stopped by to tell you, if you need assistance from somebody else, they will help you only but so many times. If Sister Linda walks up and I see her fall and I help her back up, it's 9:52, that's fine. Then at 9:54 she goes over there and falls back in the middle of the aisle and I help her back up, that's fine again. But at 9:57 you sit down until it's time to... Right. Because there's an issue if you just keep on falling. Garrison, can you do me a favor, please? Come quickly. Amen. Just plug those two wires in. That's why I can't hear myself on that side right there. I think somebody kicked them out mistakenly. There's an issue when you keep falling over and over and over again. But it's nice, thank you, that sounds good. It's nice to have assistance. It's nice to be able, I could have went down on my knees and did that. But it's nice to have some assistance, to have some help. So here we are in the book of 2 Samuel, and the Lord sent Nathan to David.
Yes.
He came to him in verse 1, it says, and said to him, there were two men in the city, one rich and the other poor.
Yes.
The other man had exceeding many flocks and many herds. Can I break it down? They had about 2 or 3 cars in the driveway. If she wore red shoes, she got the red car. If he wore a black suit, he got that's what I'm talking about. He got the black car. If it was during the summer, they got the sunroof and the drop top. If it was during the winter, they got the SUV. They had a lot of stuff.
All right.
Yes,
Amen.
Rich man had many things, but the poor man had just a little ewe. In other words, the poor man had the hoopty. I don't know if y'all ever drove a hoopty. Y'all might just drive the 2019 and the 2020s. But I've been at the point in my life where you have what they call a hoopty. You got to keep some jump cables in your trunk because you have no idea at what point in time that thing is going to stop running. You better not go up no high hills on 280s. You got to go down Central Avenue, do what you got to do. But you know you're driving something. But you're holding on to the little that you have.
Amen.
It was a poor man who only had a little bit. And he took this little that he had, this little ewe, and brought it up, this little hoopty that he had, and nourished it up, and kept it with him and his own children. He did eat of its own meat. That means he took the little money that he got. He couldn't afford to go to Whole Foods.
Oh, yeah.
He had to check the sales, and if ShopRite was too much, he had to go down to the other place, Extra. And if Extra was too much, he had to show them the coupon from ShopRite and see if they would honor. He didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if y'all ever been to that point, but he had to make what he had stretch.
Yeah.
Y'all ever had to just take a little bit and you said, this is all I'm getting all week long. I got to make this stretch.
Right.
This tank of gas can't go until next Thursday.
Right.
So he took the little that he had and make it stretch. Ate of his own meat, drank of his cup, and in his bosom, and there was a daughter. But one day, verse 4, there came a traveler to the rich man, and he spared to take his own flock and herd and to dress it. But instead he took the poor man's lamb. In other words, the man with all the different cars saw the other man's hoopty. It was blocking his car in the driveway, and he took his SUV and just kept on moving and almost demolished the little that he had. So he took it for himself. The little bit that the man had, the man was going to ShopRite and left the stuff on the steps so we can check the mail. And the other man sent the kids out to go get the groceries, even though he had all that money. He took the little bit. And have you ever been in a place in your life where you lost your little bit and you felt like you lost everything?
My Lord.
I know I had a 20. Let me look under this cushion. I know. Let me go back down to the car. There's no good. Well, no, I know I had a 20. Let me go over here. Let me look under the carpet. I know there's 20 here. So I know you checking all the clothes. Let me check this pocket, this pocket. Let me do some laundry. I know there's a 20. You just had a little bit and you don't want to lose the little.
That's right. Amen.
All right now.
That you have. So he took the man's lamb, his little bit, and took it. And David heard this account, and he was greatly angered and kindled against the man. And he said to Nathan the prophet, as the Lord lives, the man that did this should surely die. And he should restore the lamb what he took fourfold.
Yes.
Because he did this thing and had no pity. And Nathan said to David, thou art the man. You're the one I'm talking about. Now one might say, look and say, David, I don't remember an account where David took somebody's lamb and he took it for his own, but there was an account. And if we look in the previous chapter, between chapter 10 and chapter 11, it says that David, the king of Israel, the same one who killed Goliath, the king of Israel, the same one who wrote, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, was walking on his roof, and he saw something or someone he desired by the name of Bathsheba.
Yes.
And he wanted Bathsheba for himself. The Bible tells us that he had Bathsheba's husband Uriah killed so he could have another man's wife for himself. In other words, he was jealous of what somebody else had.
Go ahead, Pastor. Yes.
And I stopped by to tell you, you got to be careful being jealous of what ain't yours.
All right. All right.
Sometimes it's just not yours.
That's right.
If God intended to give it to you, he would have gave it to you.
That's right.
Right.
But you got to be careful. And David wasn't a poor man. And I'm going to tell you at the biblical times, I'm not saying to do this now because you'll end up in jail. But at that time, David had other wives.
Yes.
All right.
In other words, David was not without. He just wanted more.
Yes.
He wanted her. You might have a car, but you want that one. But you know, oftentimes, as I go into the next verse, this passage is often misexegeted. What do I mean by misexegeted? It is misinterpreted.
Yes.
Because oftentimes we look at this passage and we say, David had enough. He should have been satisfied with what he had. That is not what Nathan told David. He didn't tell him be satisfied with what you got. He could have said you have otherwise, be satisfied. You have riches, be satisfied. But let's look at verse 8 again together. It says, and I have given you your master's house. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 8. So I gave you your master's house. So you got you a nice house. Got you a nice place to live.
Yes.
And anybody complaining about your house tonight, I want you to just go down to Penn Station
All
and
right.
sleep one night there.
That's right.
Complain about your leak. I don't like that sound over there. Ooh, I can't stand this neighborhood. Go sleep in the back of Dunkin' Donuts once.
That's right.
Ooh, got quiet on that one. But I gave you your master's house and wives into your bosom when I just spoke. I gave you the house of Israel and of Judah. But listen to this. And if it had been too
Yes.
little, I would have moreover given unto you such and such thing. Can I bring that down to 2019? If it wasn't enough, all you had to do was ask me.
My Lord.
Amen.
My Lord.
Lord have mercy. So God was now telling David, if you wasn't happy with what I had, you know, it's not ungrateful to ask someone who has more.
Yes.
How many of y'all have been to a buffet before?
Oh, yes.
You don't just sit at the table one time. I don't want to be embarrassed because they might be looking at me. So I'm just going to have the one plate. And we're going to, y'all know how us African Americans go. About 2 or 3 times. Who got what's in your pocket? All right, get some extra napkins up there. Y'all ain't saying anything. Wrap this up in there. What you got over there? And then you take 2.
All right now.
Because you know what you paid for.
Amen.
You go up there with a boldness. And then if they don't have nothing else, most of us don't go sit down. Oh, they out of it. No, excuse me. Hi, y'all have to, excuse me. I'm right over for this one. This is empty. No, get her. This is, no.
Amen.
Because you have an expectation.
Yes.
But somehow we seem to get our minds twisted and messed up with God and not have an expectation.
Yes.
I should just be happy with what I got. I'm happy with what I got, but if I want more, all I got to do is ask for more.
All right.
Amen.
If you don't like your job, ask for another job. You ain't saying nothing to me. If you don't like your house, ask for another house. You don't like your hoop, ask for more.
Jesus.
Amen.
So he said, if it wasn't enough, all you have to do is ask. When you go into a bank, there's usually a procedure. Even if you have $1 million in the bank, normally you have to fill out a piece of paper, go up to the teller, give your account number, put your ID in or give some ID, and ask for a certain amount.
Yes.
Now, Sister Darden, if you had some money in the bank and you had 50 in the bank, and you was in a rush, so you saw the teller counting money, and you just reached up there and grabbed your 50, you go into jail.
That's right.
Because you might have put it in there, but you didn't ask.
All right.
All you gotta do.
All right.
And I found out what's standing. I feel the anointing. I feel God right now. I feel the preaching power. As I get ready to close, what's standing between you and what you want is you refuse to ask. What's standing between you and your miracle and your breakthrough on today is the refusal to ask. I hear the Lord saying right now, all you've got to do is just ask me. You say you've been waiting on me. You a lying wonder. I've been waiting on you to ask.
Hallelujah.
I don't know why we live with that lie. I'm just waiting on the Lord. Truth of the matter is, he's waiting on you.
All right.
Hallelujah.
All you've got to do is ask.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
If you have medical insurance, you wouldn't go to the dentist or you wouldn't go to the doctor, and just go in there. And they say, do you have insurance? And you don't give them anything. And you just pay everything out of pocket. Why? Why did you do that? Well, I think it'd just be easier, just quicker. If you knew what some of those things cost, and just to walk in that place is $800 before you sit down.
Right. That's right.
Why didn't you use the benefits? So God is saying right now, whatever it is, all you got to do is just ask. And don't be embarrassed. Listen to this. You know some of y'all don't mind asking for money that you know got it. Oh, y'all ain't saying nothing to me. When you can we be real? Can we be real? Can we be real after tonight?
Yes, sir.
Be real. Y'all know who to ask and who not to ask.
That's right.
Because y'all know who ain't got it. I'm just gonna be real.
Amen.
You just go to a broke person. Come on now. Because both of y'all broke together. You know who to ask.
That's right. Can't get it from them.
And you know who not to ask.
Amen. That's right.
You know not to be embarrassed. God doesn't want us to be embarrassed to ask him for anything.
Amen.
We always hear the cliche, there's nothing too big for God, but you know what I found out? There's nothing too small either.
Amen.
All right.
He's not like the ATM. Sometimes all you need is 5,
That's right.
but they make you take that other 50. It's really 1850 if you
Oh my goodness. That's
if you add that whatever that is.
right.
He's not like that. He doesn't have fees associated with it. All you got to do is ask him and he will give you
Yes, Lord.
the desires of your heart. And we talked about this before. God's not a foolish God.
That's right.
I don't know where we get, if we are made in God's image and we have intelligence, you got to be specific because he'll give you exactly what you ask for. That would be a stupid person.
Yes.
My kids asked to eat, so I gave them cyanide tonight. Then you go into jail.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't specific. They didn't say ask for something that won't kill them. So I'll give them. No,
Our
they
Lord.
don't have to be.
Amen.
And God is the same way.
Yes. Hallelujah.
If he knows it's not going to help you, you don't have to be careful what you ask for with somebody. Well, he gave them what they asked for. I can go to the bank and ask for $8.7 million and walk right back out. Well, he asked for it. If I'm not entitled to it.
That's right.
So we have to trust God enough
Yes,
to say, I can ask for anything and he will give me what I ask for, and it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to harm me. It will be what I need at the right time.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Lord, grant me a long life, but he made me sick the whole time. That's not God.
Amen.
Well, you just asked to live. You didn't say be comfortable. That's not it. And you know, there's people that have that in their mindset.
Yes.
I asked the Lord for a mate and he didn't beat me up every night. I should have said, Lord, give me a mate that don't beat me up. That's not the type of God we serve.
Amen.
Jesus.
Amen.
I don't have to be careful what I pray for with somebody who loves me, with somebody who has my best interest. If you are a parent, your children don't have to be careful what they ask you because you know what to give them and what not to give them.
Amen.
And
Hallelujah.
I'm not making it up. The Bible says in Luke, if a son shall ask his bread for father, it's for bread. If a son shall ask his father for bread, will he give him a stone?
Go ahead. That's right.
And Jesus told the disciples, if you then being evil know how to give good gifts, what makes you think our heavenly Father
Yeah. Hallelujah.
All
does
right.
not know how to give
That's right.
Yes.
good gifts?
Amen.
Yes, Lord.
So in
Hallelujah.
my closing, I fell down again, but the Lord picked me up, and now the subtopic, because the Holy Ghost took it another way, is whatever you need,
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah.
just
Amen.
Hallelujah.
you know what I found out? Some people are bold. You know how a lot of people have things right now because they asked, not just God, they asked others. You'd be surprised what you will get just by asking.
All right now.
You don't like sitting by the window? They go to seat you by the window? Can I sit over there? Well, that's what they said, sit. Just ask.
All right.
You know what I found out with people? Not just with people. The worst they can say
Is in. Oh.
No.
is no.
That's right.
Yes.
A lot of people are in good positions right now. They have jobs right now. They have cars. They have money. I see people that walked in the car dealer and done paid less than half of what that car costs. Why? Because they asked. They're not going to do it. The worst they can say is no. So it's not just asking God. Make your request known unto God. But you got to also be bold. Ask God for what you want. You're tired of the ache in your body? Say, Lord, I don't want to feel this ache anymore. And you're tired of heartache? I don't want this heartache. You need some money? God, I need this too. Matthew said his yoke is easy
His
and
burdens
his
are light.
burdens are
Amen.
light.
All right.
I don't gain strength by bearing what I don't have to bear.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Amen. That's right.
Hallelujah. I love Inez Andrews. Has some great songs. But for me, I want you to move my mountain. And I don't want the strength to climb. That's just me. If you enjoy climbing, some people they say rock climbing is that you going up. You're not gonna catch me going up Mount Everest. Hallelujah. You continue up the rough side of the mountain. I'll be in the car. I'll meet you at the top. But that's our mindset. He literally said, speak to the mountain and ask it to move. And we have the nerve not even to climb it, but to find the worst part of the mountain, the rough side.
Thank you.
And the song didn't say I'm making it up. It said I'm doing my best. I don't even know if we ever made it at the end. Whatever you need, just ask the Lord. Let us all stand. We're closing in the presence of the Lord.